Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet these super stretchy leg warmers. They are absolutely perfect at bouncing right back, keeping their shape. They're durable, they're machine washable. These are perfect to keep in your bag if you've got little ones. All year round. Of course, they look adorable with a pair of tights in the winter time, with some boots in the fall. They're beautiful, but these are also perfect for those warm weather months, going in and out of air conditioning, when your little ones are wearing shorts or skirts and you go into the AC and it's pretty high, especially in a lot of grocery stores and shopping centers and whatnot, even going over to company's house. You can just throw these over their legs so they can stay warm, not get too cold from the AC, pull it off when you're going outside. It's perfect. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the pattern. Please do be sure to have a look at the links and helpful tips in the description below. I've included links to the written pattern, a list of the materials that I've used. For this particular pattern, we're going to be making, this is a standard size for a child age 2 to 5 years old. We're going to make our starting chain, so let's get our loop onto our hook. And we're going to begin by making a chain of 7. So you're going to yarn over, just pull right through your loop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now in the second chain from the hook, we're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. I'll do another one slowed down, yarn over, push your hook through the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through those last 2 loops. Okay, so that's 2, 3, so we get more yarn here, 4, 5, and 6. So we did our chain 7 to start our work, but because we began our stitches in the second chain from the hook, your stitch count right now should be 6. You should have 6 double crochets. We're going to chain 2 and turn our work. Our chain 2 is not going to count as a stitch for this pattern, it's just a turning chain. Okay, so now we're going to work 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way down the row. Now our starting chain determined the height of our ankle cuff for our leg warmer. Right now, the rows that we're working on is what's going to determine the ankle circumference, so the measurement around the ankle. Bearing in mind, in this pattern, I'm working on, as I mentioned, a standard child age 2 to 5. For different sizes, have a look, like I said, in the description below. So what you're going to do now is chain 2 and turn your work, and you're going to work another 8 rows of double crochet. So go ahead and work those 8 rows of double crochet and then come back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now that you finished those 8 additional rows, you should now have 10 rows of work in total. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and you're going to fold your work in half, lining up these short edges. And we're going to close this together with slip stitches, working through both sides to connect it and create a seam. So push your hook into that first stitch and then lining it up with the very first stitch on the other side, push your hook through there. Yarn over and pull right through that loop on your hook, to complete your slip stitch. And we're just going to go ahead and do that all the way down the entire row, being careful to keep those stitches lined up evenly because you don't want your seam on your leg warmer to be lopsided. So go ahead and work those slip stitches. We've got just almost at the end there. And that And that's it. Okay, there we go. So we're at the end. Do I have all my stitches here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I'm just missing that very last one, hiding right at the end there. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is chain 1, and I do recommend grabbing a stitch marker to keep track of that chain 1 space, because that's where we're going to close our round. So we're going to work single crochets evenly all the way around. Right now we're not working into any stitches, we're working along the side of the rows that we just worked. So a little tip with this pattern is, because we were working rows of double crochet and now we're working single crochets evenly, you should be working 2 single crochets for every 1 row of double crochet. So because we worked 10 rows in total, you should have 20 single crochets by the time that you're finished this round. So you're just going to push your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, and then working still along that same double crochet row, I'm doing another single crochet, and then over here, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to keep going all the way around until you get here to your chain 1 space. You're going to close with a slip stitch in that chain 1 space and then come back. Okay, so now that you finished that round and you closed with your slip stitch, we're going to take the stitch marker out, pull up a little bit so you don't pull out your stitch, because right now our work is inside out. So we're going to just flip it around so that the seam is on the inside and our work is not inside out anymore. Go ahead and get that loop back on your hook, and we're going to chain 2 for this. Oh, sorry, I lied. Chain 1 for this next round. Okay, put your stitch marker into your chain 1 space. And now we're going to work our next round. So we're going to work 2 single crochets into that very first stitch. So I just did 1 single crochet. I'm going to do another one in the exact same stitch, and then 1 into the next, 2 in the following, oops, 1 in the next, 2 in the following, 1 in the next. And you're just going to continue all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and then come back. Okay, so now that you finished that round, we're going to take the stitch marker out and we're going to chain 2. You put your stitch marker into the top of the chain 2, because that's where we'll be closing our round. And we're going to work double crochets into every stitch around. So yarn over, push your hook through the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through your first 2, yarn over, pull through your last 2, which I guess you're a pro at double crochets after all of those rows. So it's just 1 double crochet into every single stitch all the way around. So go ahead and work that round of double crochets, just 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. You're going to close with a slip stitch in the top of your chain 2 space and then come back. Okay, so now that we finished that round of double crochets and you closed with your slip stitch, we're going to chain 2 to begin the next round. And grab my stitch marker. Place your stitch marker in the top of your chain 2. Now is where the texture comes in. So around this first post, we're working a front post double crochet. So we're not working into the stitch, we're literally working around this post. So we're going to yarn over our hook, push your hook in front of the post here, around the back and out the other side. So you're pulling the post to the front of your work. Yarn over, pull up your loop, and then you're just going to finish your double crochet as usual. Now, if you look behind, you can see where the stitch, that first stitch is, but instead of working in the stitch, we worked in the post, lined up with that stitch. So here in the next stitch, we're working a regular double crochet in the stitch. This post belongs to this stitch, so we're skipping this post, and here we're going to do a front post double crochet again. So we're alternating between front post double crochet, all right, and regular double crochet. And you're just going to go ahead and repeat all the way around, alternating between your front post double crochets and your regular double crochets. You're going to close with a slip stitch and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished that round, we're going to chain 2 to begin the next round. Go ahead and place your stitch marker in the top of the chain 2 space. Now, what you're going to be doing, so we're alternating stitches. We're going to be doing the same as the row that we just worked, where we're alternating between front post double crochet and regular double crochet. But we're also alternating how we start each row, because we want to be working every front post double crochet around the post of a regular double crochet stitch from the previous round. And we want to work a regular double crochet into the stitch of every front post double crochet from the previous round. So let me show you what I mean by that. The last round, we started with a front post double crochet. So this one, we're going to start with a regular double crochet stitch. And now our front post, you can see here, you can tell it's a regular double crochet from the previous round. That's where we want to work our front post double crochets. And then, so when you start with the correct alternated stitch, everything else in the rest of the round just falls into place. Sorry, just threw myself off there. Okay, because you're still going to just go and alternate those stitches all the way. So we started this round with a front post, we started this round with a regular. The next one you'll start with a front post, the next one a regular. So you're going to keep on going until you get to the length of the leg warmer that you need for whatever size that you're working on. Okay, so in this case, because I'm working on a child size 2 to 5 years old, I need to work my height from the ankle, like right from the bottom of the ankle cuff, okay, that's where I'm working from, all the way up to the knee is going to be 8.5 inches. To leave that little bit of slouch, you could even work closer to the 9 inches. Like, it's give or take. It doesn't have to be a perfect length, but I've also included a link in the description below for my size chart that I use, so that if you're using a different yarn, maybe a different hook size, your leg warmer is going to change. The sizing of your leg warmer is going to change if you are not using the same hook and the same yarn that I am. I have linked the materials in the description below as well, but just bear that in mind. So it's also handy to have a measuring tape with you and the size chart to reference, so that if you did want to use a different yarn and or a different hook size, you can adjust the different steps in the pattern. In the written pattern, I really break down, okay, here's where you want to take this measurement. I've been doing that here as well, just telling you what is represented where, but just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm not going to keep rambling. There's nothing worse. So if you're working on, you're going to work a total of 16 rows of work of these, the textured stitch that we're working on. Okay, so this row, these 2 rows that we just did are going to count in that stitch count. So we just did we did 2 together. Okay, and so so from the double crochet stitch here, like right from here, so we did 1 round of regular double crochets, and then we started working our textured stitch. So right from the very first round of double crochets, you want to have a total of 16 rows or rounds of work. Okay, so go ahead and keep on following this pattern until you get to 16 rounds. Of course, like I said, if you're working on a different size, go to whatever length that you need or want for your leg warmer. But for this pattern, child age 2 to 5, using this hook and this yarn, you're gonna do a total of 16 rounds of work, and then come back and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so now that you've finished those rounds, we are gonna go into finishing our work. So we're going to chain 1 for this next round. Go ahead and grab your stitch marker to mark that chain space. And now we're going to work a half double crochet into every stitch around. So you're going to yarn over, push your hook right into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up, sorry, just skipped my first stitch, my gosh. Okay, so yarn over, push your hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you're just going to go ahead and work that, just 1 half double crochet into every single stitch all the way around, and then come back. All right, so we're here at the end of our work. You're just going to close with your slip stitch into that chain 1 space to close the round. And then you're gonna just pull up a little bit. I actually came to the end of my yarn, so I tied a little knot to connect it just because I wanted to show you proper here this step. So don't mind that little knot there. But anyway, you're gonna close with your slip stitch, fasten off your yarn, and then pull that through. There we go. Just took my little knot out now. All right, so you're gonna pull that through. Now what we're gonna do is just use your tapestry needle or yarn needle, whatever you like to call it. And you can see how nice and stretchy that leg warmer is, and it really is super durable. These are, you could throw them right in the washer and dryer. And what I love so much about these, I used to keep these in my bag when my daughter was a baby and a toddler, because going in and they're great for the warm weather, of course. There's nothing cuter than a little pair of leg warmers and tights in the fall months and in the winter. But I loved these even in the warm weather months because the air conditioning is so strong, especially for little ones, and their legs get so cold. So even just, you know, going in and out of the grocery store, going over to company's house, going into the mall, wherever you might go that the air conditioning is just blasting and your little one has shorts or a skirt on, you just throw the leg warmers over the little legs, keep them warm. When you go back out, you just pull the leg warmers off. It's so simple and easy. So there's a great little tip as well. Anyway, so let's go ahead and weave in our tail ends. I'm going to show you right now how I do mine. So you're just going to grab your yarn needle and you're going to want to push this into the stitches on the inside of your work. So you're just going to push it in and out of a couple of the stitches on the inside just so that you can hide and secure that tail end. And mine got really short because I came to the end of my yarn ball. I like to just do one little knot there. All right, and then you can just fasten that off. Don't mind my scissors, can't find my little cute ones. Boring my kids' scissors. Anyway, and you're gonna do the same thing with the other tail end and you're done. Go ahead and repeat these steps for the other leg warmer. Don't forget to have a look at the helpful links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this pattern and please, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe.